Hi, I'm Jason Barnard. A lot of people know me as the Brand SERP guy. The Brand SERP guy meaning that I'm specialised in the search engine results page for brand names and people's names. And I talked to you, James, a few years ago about the importance of brand SERPs, and initially you thought, I don't really mind, it doesn't really matter to my business. And yet, a few years later, it's doubled the value of some of your assets. Can you tell me about that?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, when we first spoke about branding and brand SEO, I always understood the importance of, let's say, branded anchor text from a backlink point of view. But when you started to open up the brand SERP itself and making certain that when someone was searching the company name or the individual's name, it could be like an author's name or who owns the website or who owns the business, then it started to open up a lot of different avenues to me starting to think, actually, do you know what, there's so many additional benefits to this now with EEAT from Google kind of algorithms. But with regards to doubling the value of, there was two assets that it's actually doubled the value of. There's both in the iGaming sector. One was a online slots site, and the other one was a casino site about different other casino games like roulette and stuff like this. So what actually happened was I actually helped quite a lot of other people kind of as a consultant to get all the ducks lined up in a row to then sell. And a lot of places like on Empire Flippers and Flipper and stuff like that, they can normally get a valuation of around 24 months kind of monthly profit. But I knew there were certain investors that was paying up to 60 months, some even up to 72 months, which is like 6 years, if everything was lined up perfectly. So I helped some of these get from maybe 2 years to 4 years, or from 2 years to 5 years even, which was like 250% kind of extra from what they was going to get. So me thinking, brilliant, I know what I'm doing, goes ahead to look to sell one of my own websites, and due diligence came back to these people that I actually knew, the investors, and due diligence came back saying, we'll only pay you on 2.5 years worth of profits. So I'm thinking, I should be getting at least 5, and I know at times you pay 6 years. So I needed to dig deeper. I was no way going to sell it at 2.5 years profits. And basically what happened was, the owner who owns the full establishment got due diligence to come back and tell me exactly the reasons why they're only going to offer 2.5 years. Because, like I said, there was others in the iGaming sector paying a lot more. And the biggest reason was myself. Nothing to do with the brand, the website. But what they said was, unless you sell your PBN network with the website, then you're not going to get the full valuation. And I said to them, what PBN network? I don't have any PBN network related to that website. And basically what they had done is they went as part of their due diligence in searching not only the brand of the website, but me who owns the website. And they'd seen somewhere online where I was on a video from, I think it was 7 years ago in Amsterdam. And I was on with people like Matt Diggity and a few others. And we was talking about different link building strategies. And in that video came up, what's your thoughts on PBNs? And I said, PBNs are a great link building strategy. You get the homepage power from a PBN. And yes, it is a good strategy. Now, their due diligence put 2 and 2 together and got 10 to say that I only build PBN links and that I must have a PBN network that I'm hiding from Ahrefs and SEMrush and other kind of link building analysis. So unless I provided the PBN network with the asset, then I wasn't able to get the full 5 or even 6 years. So me then knowing that that was completely incorrect was asking them to go and rejig their due diligence and check to see any PBNs, and they couldn't find any, but you was basically guilty by association, and this all came because of a video that they found online. So then what happened was I just said to the owner of the investment pool, I'm not selling it at that rate. So I went away, and actually the website pretty much flatlined. It might have had maybe 5% growth. It wasn't much growth with FTDs and new casino players online. But what I did is I then went away and started to work on my own personal brand SERP for me to start saying, hey, I do not want to be connected with just building PBNs. And I need to make certain that I'm coming across as being legitimate and trustworthy. Because there was other elements to say, there's not much information about you online. How many? And because another part is, unless you've started to sell, if you've only got one website and you try and sell it, you might only get the 2 or 3 years. Once you've sold a website and they've got this historical data of you as being a seller, and a couple of years further down the line, that website still remains and is doing okay, it's almost like car insurance. You almost, once you've got no claims on your car insurance, you start getting that little bit cheaper. Once you've got more sales of assets, then they start having more trust with you. And trust behind the seller is a big factor. So me then knowing that and understanding that the brand SERP of James Dooley as an individual is important, that's when then a light bulb moment came. Jason Barnard's right, and it's not just for it being the business card to win new business, it's also for selling your assets as well.
Right. Yeah, and I mean, that makes total sense to kind of what I've always known is, as the face of the business, your personal brand is super important. People look you up online. They'll look you up on Google in particular. And in your case, it's distancing yourself from things that would devalue your assets and putting the things that add value to your assets front and center. So when somebody is searching on Google, they don't see the interviews about PBNs. What they see is all of the successful sales you've already made. And that immediately pushes up the value. For me, that's an incredibly powerful story about the value of a personal brand, where it's worthwhile building the personal brand just for that one big deal or two big deals.
Yeah, I mean, what I would say is me personally fell into this remit. I didn't see the value at first of a personal brand. Now I see so many, and people just think that a personal brand's just for EEAT reasons, and it's not. There's so many other reasons why building up your brand SERP today might not make you a return on investment next week or the month after or even a year after. But that positive brand SERP, I'd say the most important part is you are controlling the narrative of your personal brand. And that's the most important part. You are displaying on the internet what you want to display. And for potential buyers in this case, that when they're seeing it, they're saying, yes, this person is a trusted source and we can trust him. And therefore, roll on, I think it was like 13 months later, and I got 5.5 years. So I ended up more than doubling the valuation size, and it was a hefty sum of money as well. It wasn't just a small amount. It was a 7-figure kind of sale. So it was a hefty sum that I wasn't willing to sell at a price that I thought they was undervaluing it at. Right. And obviously the brand SERP then made a massive difference.
And I think one of the really important things that people miss is that the brand SERP is actually just a reflection of Google's opinion of the world's opinion of you.
Yeah.
And so what you have to do to make that brand SERP perfect is walk the walk and emphasize online wherever you're hanging out the aspects of your own personal brand that you want to push forwards. And Google, and indeed other AI search and assistive engines like ChatGPT, Bing Copilot, Perplexity, will reflect what you're actually doing as long as you present it in a clear, consistent manner that they can digest. And that's how we work at Kalicube to build the perfect brand SERP. We help people to walk the walk across their entire digital footprint, focusing on the really positive stuff that really makes them look credible in the eyes of their audience, first and foremost, and then of Google. Then Google simply reflects what we're doing for that personal brand across their entire digital footprint.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, this video wasn't created for me to create a sales pitch for Kalicube in any way, shape or form. It was to to make people aware that the sale price is also important. Right. But what I would say is anyone who is watching this that is uncertain whether they feel that branding and the brand SERP is important, I would strongly recommend hitting up Jason. I'd strongly recommend getting the experts to do it. For a while, I was trying to do certain press releases and certain digital PR, but there's a lot of moving parts. You've got to connect the data points perfectly. Your tool at Kalicube has got those data points of what needs to be connected. So I'd strongly recommend it. Anyone who might be looking to improve their brand SERP, try to get a knowledge panel, to hit up Jason at Kalicube. Also, any viewers watching this, leave a comment in the comment section. Let me know your thoughts on branding. Let me know whether you have a good quality brand SERP or you're looking to improve upon it. Hit us up and then let us know your thoughts on the brand SERP itself.
Brilliant. I'll add one thing to that, which is not only have we got the data points, but we do the heavy lifting for you, and we free up your time as a business leader to actually do business and not have to focus on joining these tiny dots up and creating and correcting all the information about yourself. We do the heavy lifting, we free up your time, you free up your mind so that you can actually get on with your business. And we've got the data to make sure we're pushing all the right buttons in all the right order.
There's one thing we're all lacking, and that's time. So if you can get a done-for-you service, hit up Kalicube.